Welcome to episode 18 of Project Ozone 2 Kappa mode, and I've just changed a few video settings in, well, I've been moving OBS to OBS Studio finally, so do let me know if things appear better, worse, or whatever, so in the comments please. Otherwise, let's get on with things. Between the episodes, I made a few more machines from this quest line. Where are you, Epsilon? Yep, so I worked my way down here from casings all the way down to better solar panel. I haven't gone with these others yet, but this is all mechanism machines, and this is all fairly boring crafting. It's all very much the same things in each one of those quests, so I'll cover things off once and then we'll, I'll just cover what I've actually created and we'll go from there. So, the first step was a metallurgic infuser. This loads in redstone and converts capacitors of a specific kind. Are they in the circuit fabs? No, I think they're... Oh no, yeah, they are. The enriched alloy, you can create those in the metallurgic infuser from these capacitors, which require the pressure chamber, which we've already built up there. It's just a lot of crafting there that we don't actually need to get going. We don't actually want on camera. So, got the metallurgic infuser stage over. You're probably going to want, I don't know, maybe a full stack of those things. I then started creating the generators, which is in the quests. So where are you, Epsilon? You start out with the heat generator, this crusher. There we go, crusher. Then this is the bio generator, the wind generator, and the solar generator. So here's the bio generator. This is a setup alongside this power monitor. You'll see this is going down. At the moment, we're not using anything because I shut off this system just to see if it will be an FPS improvement. I'll just turn that back on now before I forget. Yep, doesn't seem to affect FPS at the moment much, but if it does, I can turn it off when I'm recording. So, what actually happens is this redstone signal comes on when we're low on power. It turns on the biogenerator, which is responding to a high signal. That has some biofuel in it, which I've loaded in manually. When that comes online, it will generate power on this side of the capacitor, which will also then turn on the crusher, which is just above it, which has sugar canes. That has no power at the moment because the whole system's off. As soon as this comes back on, it'll power this up. It'll start crushing things into biofuel, which will get loaded into here, and the cycle repeats. I've just loaded a few sugar canes in here, but we have tons of sugar cane. We're still on 113,000. And I just don't need earth anymore. I mean, I'm going to fill this arena out if you like, but yeah, we don't need dirt anymore. So that's just all I did between the episodes. I don't think there's anything else to particularly cover. I am still getting frames down to 30, and I've got a feeling that's probably chunk loading. Unfortunately, in this version of Minecraft, I can't use multi-threaded chunk loading. That would make things so much easier, but unfortunately, I don't have those tools. So, we're going to have to do without it for now. I've turned off the labels just to try and get some more FPS, but I'm not sure what else I can really do, short of moving everything non-essential into another dimension. You'll see, obviously, if I come over here, and I come all the way out, my FPS is going up to 100, 110, and if I wasn't recording, it goes over 200, 300, something like that. So, yeah, it's just something to take care of. And I added lots more endoflux crystals. If I didn't cover that in last episode, I can't remember if I already did those or not. So, this episode, we're going to have to cover moving on from mechanism, because we didn't really need it all that much, just to get down here to open up IOTA. And then IOTA is the Galacticraft stuff. Tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rockets. To start that, we're going to have to make the circuit fabricator, which is what I loaded up here. And these were one of the reasons why I crafted these off camera. These are horrible. Until you have some kind of automatic crafting system, they are truly horrible. Energy tablet, which needs all of this stuff. These don't stack or can't be shift clicked in stacks, so that's an issue. Great flux battery requires this battery, requires this, and then we're into basic stuff. Very annoying to craft. As annoying as the steel casings are, I made about 7 or 8 steel casings over here in the assembly table. I'm actually going to be short of lasers really to do that quite fast, which means I'm going to need a ruby setup sooner or later. We can do that with an equivalent setup to this, but with either netherrack or crushed netherrack. Ruby, what do you take? Ruby? Where are you? You're... there. Okay, so nether ruby ore, yeah, we don't want that. We want the sieve. Ah, there we go. So it comes from crushed netherrack. We'll get ruby. I think you get guaranteed gold out of this. Where's gold? Gold, yes. So we always get gold, which allows us to get just as much gold as we've been getting iron out of that. Provided we can make crushed netherrack, which we can get from regular netherrack, which is... Is there any nice way of getting netherrack? I mean, what I probably need to do is... Remember when I made it up here from lava? I think... Did I use this? I think I used this. Yeah, it looks like it. So, what we'll need to do is feed dust in lava into a barrel. And then we can get netherrack out, put that through a crusher of some kind, or sag mill, and then into a sieves. Or through a hammerer, then into a sieve, and then we get all the lovely stuff out and we can feed it back into these compactors just like everything else. So because I've already done all that, I'm not going to do that on camera. You'll probably see it next episode though. We'll get that up and going, so that's one thing we need to do. Why do I have iron dust in my inventory? Which reminds me, one other thing that I found which I was extremely pleased with, unless this is a bug, please let me know if it's a bug. It seems bug-like, but if you take gasoline, for instance, and we get a few buckets of it, I was using pyrotheum here in this smeltery, okay? So the smeltery currently has, put switches up here just to, yeah, that's fine-ish. Yeah, let's just replace that for a second. Whoops. Put you back. And turn you off. Not that it matters because it's a gem cast, but that's okay. So in here, I've just put some old gold horse armor that we no longer need. I was using pyrotheum, which is high temperature and therefore quite fast, until I thought to use the kerosene and the gasoline that we've been generating there, instead of cracking it, to put it in here. And it pretty much instant melts everything, which I'm quite happy with. But at the same time, I want to say it's broken, but at the same time, I know at the end game, this requires a huge amount of resources. And I'm just wondering if it was made like that, just to be able to get those huge amounts of resources. Because gasoline, we got it, you could be looking at it from a cow, I suppose, but in our case, we got it from the oil refinery. So maybe it's meant for that. In any case, it's fine. Why have I got resonant ender? What did I put in there to get resonant ender? Hopefully nothing valuable, I hope. Anyway, we'll see. So gold's coming out of that just fine. The other two generators I put up here, these are pretty good. The wind one, pretty much the higher you go, the more it gives, but it doesn't really matter for our case because it's just all that it's really doing. It's hooked up to our system here, so it's reducing the drain on that capacitor. That's all. And the same thing with the solar. The solar does about 2k, yeah, 2k RF per tick in sunlight. This does about 4k RF per tick. So they're both handy, but not kind of permanent solutions. The biogenerator and this, by comparison, this can produce 7k RF per tick, and I think that crusher can supply more than one quite easily. So if you wanted a nice power source, what do these produce? High temperature temp, high dash temp. Yeah, I've got a feeling that's the 3200 or something along those lines. So this is 2 of those, and if we have 3 of these, we can just have 50% more power. So yeah, that's just something to get going. However, let's get on with this stuff. So circuit fabricator, we're going to need a few things that we haven't crafted before. Circuit fab. We're going to need these. Endymium ingots I've not crafted on camera before, but if you've seen previous series, you know what endymium ingots are. They are, I think, tin, silver, and ender seeds in a smeltery, but I made a few of them, a good couple of stacks. Again, with that gasoline, they melt instantly. So machine housing is easy. We've made those before. These energy tablets, I've made a couple, so I don't have to craft them on camera. Vibrant crystals I've made before. Electrosilicon we haven't. Oh, and that reminds me, just before, I found out I had to remove the memes in the sky. I was being very stupid, which is not new, but yeah, part of the resource pack. There is a resource pack in this particular mod pack called Ozone Resources, Cazador's resource pack. And if you have that on, you get the memes. So, back to crafting. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, circuit fabricator, electrosilicon, electrical and silicon compound, which is electrotine around silicon. Silicon comes from silicon boules, which comes from sandy compound, which is sand around a block of coal. That's actually much easier than that might first appear, because you get quite a few of these done. I've taken them up to the silicon boule stage, which is just the sand around coal and then smelted up. So then all we need is a saw, and we need a diamond saw, I think, for this particular case. And I thought I put my saw in here. I probably did, I just can't see it. Yep, I did. Okay. Let's get rid of the selected mode, and we just put the silicon boules, the saw, and then we get 56 silicon. Okay. Circuit fab. So we need electrosilicon. So we need to wrap the silicon with electrotine. And I have more electrotine than I know what to do with. Yeah, so let's just take, say, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks. And then we can just load them in. I should have made one more silicon boule, I suppose. I think I was out of sand. I didn't have an excess of sand. I don't have basic materials anymore, which I should make. And there we go with 56 electrotine. And we got to cook them up, do we? Yeah, we do. Okay, so I crafted a bunch of extra alloy smelters because I was forever looking for vibrant and energetic and everything else. So I thought I'd better put all this to use and we'd be able to make them. So if I wanted to split this out, I could just do so and speed things up that way. That, unfortunately, is sort of how you speed up Ender IO. Beyond this, I don't think there's any more ability to upgrade this, which sort of makes arrays more common in Ender IO. At least that's how I've previously done it, which has made this quite fast to make. So, all pretty good. See, full stack, no time. And all the rest I think we have. So let's complete this, shall we? And see what this first thing is. So let's shift click you in. Yeah, so one circuit fabricator and we'll put the rest back. Oh no. Oh no, that did complete. I was just waiting for the completion noise. So circuit wafers complete, and I guess we'll take the loot chest. I haven't done the loots in a while, the loot chests in a while. That's why. One of these days, I'm hoping that there's a pretty amazing crossbow that you can get out of them, and I'm hoping that one of these days that will drop. Let's call it an Armageddon crossbow or Apocalypse crossbow or something like that, which is pretty damn amazing. But yeah, not yet. So that will process basic materials into silicon wafers used for advanced machines. Okay, so what's the next quest? Compressor, and that will compress ingots into their compressed equivalents and most essential for machining Galacticraft. Maybe we're going to need multiple of those. So let's see what we actually need. What we actually need. Compressor. Oh, there's lots. Okay. I just want the normal compressor, please. Galacticraft, there we are, compressor. Okay, electricity alloy ingot, straightforward machine housing we've made. Steel plate is just with the engineer's hammer. Can we actually make that? We can make it in a metal press, but we need a different die for that. Still calling them dies. Dark steel anvil. That's quite a bit of dark steel. How much dark steel do we have? Yeah, that's not quite enough dark steel, is it? We're gonna need 3 of those. We're going to be short. Well, we got exactly enough for 3 dark steel blocks, but I'm gonna have to make more, which is why they again, this array is really handy. Unless I've got more in here. I thought I was cooking more up, but maybe not. No. So dark steel is iron, which we can take a few of those out. It's going to be coal, or the pulverized kind, which we don't have enough of, so I'm going to have to cook more of that up. Let's get that out of the way and get back to it. Okay, dark steel anvil coming up. If I remember the recipe correctly, yep. Dark steel anvil, let's just put that back in. And can I find the compressor easily? There it is. Okay. Electrotine alloy, steel plate, and that. Do we have the electrotine? I think we do, so it's just the steel plate. Oh, I've only got 1 of them. Okay, how do we make that? Is that as simple as the equivalent of the redstone alloy? It looks like it. Yeah, it is. So, why did I click off? Yeah, we can just make a couple of stacks. Or maybe not a couple of stacks. Oh, that don't require, it probably required electrical steel or something along those lines. So, well, I guess we're without some electrical steel now. Hopefully it doesn't need electrical steel. We don't need much of that, however. What else did we need? Just the steel plates, which we can get from the system, and a hammer rather than making a new die. Steel? Oh no, we still got electrical steel. That's fine. Just regular steel though in this case. And do I still have the hammer left? I do. This is my second hammer, I think. 2. We're probably going to need a few more. Let's make a few more just to be a little generous with this. Put everything in, and we should be able to make it now. Once we have this electrotine alloy ingot cooked up, which hopefully should be done. Or at least half a stack is done. Yep, and go compressor. Completion? Yes, completion. Okay, compressor. Next, electric compressor. Okay. Are you actually going to give me any good loot? Loot? Oh, that's terrible. That is very, very bad. Bowl of moss I don't need. It just clutters up the inventory. Cloud in a bottle, chance cubes, compressor. Okay, what's the electric compressor like? Okay, so it takes the regular compressor, that's fine. Oh my. I hate those batteries, I really do. Titanium wafer, okay, that's the circuit fabric recipe. Advanced wafer, also circuit fabricator. So we're going to need to make the, well, put the circuit fabricator down. And another dark steel anvil, of course. Okay, I'm going to make that battery off camera, but I will see what we can do about this circuit fab. It only has to go down one way. Left side. Slightly annoying, this one, but that's okay. Do I have my Yeta wrench? I can rotate it, but I can't rotate the... No, there's no controls to rotate the side that the power goes in. That's fine. I'll just put it here. Maybe we stack these vertically. If it's on the left side, it seems that's the only real way to do it, or just like a long line front to back, which you can't see the front of the machine then, so I can only think it's meant to go vertical. Yeah. And we're getting power. Of course, it's on this side of the capacitor, so that is a drain of everything is only like 700 RF per tick because of those 2 generators up there, so that's pretty good. So what needs to go in the circuit fabricator for this other stuff, for these 2 different types of silicon? For titanium one, it is titanium ingots plus redstone torches. And redstone maybe? And silicon? Do I have to put all of these in? That seems quite a interesting user interface for doing just that. Let's do some of that. I think I have some titanium already cooked up, so titanium. Yeah, we've got some titanium. We can take some redstone. And do we have sticks? Sticks. Stick. And a stack of those. Do we have redstone itself? Yes, of course we do. And what was the last one? Was it silicon? That might be the thing that lets us down a little bit, but we can always get more. Yeah, we're a little bit short on silicon. That's okay. How fast are you, I wonder? Shift, can we shift click these things in? Good, it's running not terribly fast. We might want more of those, unless... No, that's just a battery slot. So again, no way of speeding these up, it seems. So probably multiple going to be needed. No, and it makes a clanging noise whenever it makes one. It makes 3. That's okay. That's all we needed to start off with. What was the other one? We needed advanced wafers, which need redstone repeaters. Really? Okay, which needs just stone and fine. Okay, we can make more of that. Redstone comparators I already have. So why did I make redstone comparators? It must be for the clock, or the timer thing that I created before. Do we have sticks still? I think we got plenty. So let's make that, and then we should be able to make up the electric compressor, advanced wafer, redstone repeaters. 2. I just don't have the stone cooked up. That's one thing that I don't keep around. And the rest was just diamond, and the yeah, it's just diamond. So let's just grab you and just switch these out to get some of the other things we actually need. So let's take out you and drop in those 2. And they're now running. So that if that creates 3 each, then we should have plenty at least to start off with this quest. I do need to create those batteries though, so I'll be right back. That battery is now made, so hopefully everything should come together to make an electric compressor. No? What are we missing? Electro, we've got that. Wow, the compressor we've got, that. We should have all of this stuff. Maybe it just won't shift click in because of these. They're quite inconvenient. So I guess we can just move them in manually if we have to. Electro, inconvenient, but it still works just fine. And then silicon. Oh no, we're missing, that's why, we're missing the brown silicon type. Which should be done. You only get 1 for each of those. Ooh, and timeless satellite quest. Fine. We have those 2. What was the last piece we needed? Oh, just the anvil. Or another anvil, I should say. And why aren't you letting me craft? Great flux battery. Great flux battery. Advanced wafer. Oh, is that not the electrosilicon? No, I don't think that's the thing I'm looking for. It's the wafer. Wafer. There we are. Titanium wafer. No? Still no? Titanium wafer, advanced wafer, electrolyte alloy ingot. Yeah, compressor. What? Am I blind again? Advanced wafers, yes. Does that need to be charged? I hope not. Right, time to investigate. Exactly the same ingredients in a regular crafting station. Works fine. Don't know what's going on there. It's not out of fuel, so bit of a bug. Never mind. Or possibly. Compressor's done. Well, electric compressor's done, and let's get another loot chest with some disappointments, hopefully. Yeah, still disappointment unless that gets used for something else. Put you away, and yeah, the chance cube as well. By the way, two stacks of ender lily seeds in my inventory. I did mention a few episodes ago that the regular loot bags may actually contain some more stuff I wasn't collecting, and that's right, it contains ender lily seeds. It's really important. It's already above a stack again now, and my FPS is definitely suffering down here, so I guess I could shut that off during recording. So what I did is just for something very, very simple. I just set them all to output on blue channel. I turned off the compactor completely and input this on blue channel. And then we just make these respond to redstone signals. So you can just select this one, this one, this one, this one, and to compact to turn this on. And it just starts going. If I just, yeah, there's 182 in there. So I just turn you on, and it just starts processing all the loot from that particular one. So nothing completely automated, but good enough for me to get ender pearls whenever I need them, because I can just drop them in the insta-smeltery, whatever we're going to call this thing, and it just sort of works. Fuel is up there, so if I just dump this in, make sure I turn that off. Yeah, those are getting filled up with the dregs. Turn this on. Yeah, and then boom, instant smeltery. No idea why this works. I should probably extend it before the manual smeltery, but this will start just pulling the ender pearls down and into this chest. So I don't really need to set up any kind of ender pearl farm because the mobs are doing it for me right now. And if you're thinking that that looks like a creeper every time you come near it, it does to me as well. It freaks me out. I need to get the next tier. Just a thought. What's the next item up in the queue? It is, oh, we're over to detected. So an oxygen detector and a refinery. Oxygen detector. If these are actually just going to be more of the same, I'm going to do that off camera because I just don't want to cover all the same kind of crafting on camera. Ooh, new stuff. So compressed steel needs a compressor, which we've just made. Good. Regular steel. Oxygen vent requires compressed tin, and again, it's the same thing we just made. Pressure tubes, which we've already made. That is fine. Compressed aluminium. Don't think I've got much aluminium cooked up. Basic wafer. Okay, so we know how to create all of that side of things. What's the other side of the quests? The refinery. It's probably going to be 10 different refineries. That wasn't far off. Ultimate refinery, advanced refinery, and just refinery. So diamond wafers. Well, I need to create redstone lamps for that. Okay, fine. Machine housing and just compressed steel. So a lot of those compressed stuff I should go and make. What do we have to do with this electric compressor? Is this the same thing as before? You also going to need left side input. Looks the same. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, and let's just put some steel in there, shall we? Steel is probably going to be my bottleneck at the moment, to be honest. I don't have an automatic or a more automatic setup. Idle? Oh, no power. Of course you're going to be idle. Power in. Yeah, and that's now going. And of course, yeah, my steel setup is still this blast furnace. So, yeah, I keep getting steel out of it, but it's not terribly amazing just yet. I may have to look into how to make more steel on a much more automated way. If any of you guys have a setup recommendation, feel free to put it in the comments. That's more than welcome. Not going to do it that way. Smelting. That comes from dust. No. Don't have steel ore, I don't think. Induction smelter would also require steel ore. How are we getting steel ore? Another pig iron. Don't much like that. Laser drill, possible. We've got quite a bit of power. That's about the only way to get it. Okay. Is there any other way than that of getting this? Molten steel. Interesting. Can we make steel in the smeltery with liquefied coal and iron? And we have an instant smeltery, so that actually might be a much better way of doing it. Liquefied coal, is that just regular coal, or do you have to pulverize it first? It looks like you have to pulverize it. So we could set up a machine to do that, put it into a smeltery, combine it with iron and make lots of steel, and then pour it out. So yeah, I do have another way around steel. Good. And this is still really quite slow, but we can sort that out, and it's out of fuel again. No, we're okay. So do we have... Oh, wrong door. Do we have everything we need now? I need to go and craft that stuff. Are we getting the compressed iron or compressed steel? Yes, we are. So I'm just going to do that with tin and aluminium to get us a good start. And unfortunately, we're out of time today. That's actually up to half an hour, which I don't want to go too far beyond that. I did a Galacticraft episode that was 50 minutes and it seemed awfully long. If you disagree and you prefer longer episodes, let me know. I don't mind uploading hour-long episodes. It just, yeah, the watch time of the episodes tends only to be about 10 minutes in total. So yeah, I'm assuming people are skipping ahead and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't. Other playlists on the channel, we've got Divinity Original Sin 2, some Factorio, and maybe a new Kerbal series starting soon. We'll see. If it hasn't already started before this video, in which case my videos are slightly out of order. In which case, sorry. Thanks for watching.